Tonight's Talking Points memo looks at some of Obama's legacy, not through the rose-coloured glasses of the left, as I said, but through the lens of reality. And here to help me get through them is crystal clear realist Gideon Rozner from the Institute of Public Affairs. Gideon, we're under the pump for time, but let me start with this. Obama was a celebrity president. He was photogenic, charismatic, a good reader of the teleprompter. He was given a Nobel Peace Prize for less than 8 months into his first term, and that gave him the honour of being the first Peace Prize winner to actually bomb another Peace Prize winner. This time it was the Médecins Sans Frontières group in their hospital in Afghanistan. They killed 42 people. Not a record to be proud of, is it?
Well, no, and as you said, Barack Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize for basically doing nothing and then went on to set back the cause of world peace. He buggered up the Bush wars. The withdrawal from Iraq gave us ISIS. He stayed in Afghanistan, as we know, and he got involved in 2 additional wars, which he messed up, Libya and Syria. So we didn't get hope and change when it came to Obama in terms of foreign policy. We've got the same old thinking from the Washington military-industrial complex establishment.
Yeah, hopelessness and no change. All right, going to the economy. He presided over the lowest labour force participation figures, I think, since 1978, and he's the only US president in history not to have presided over a single year of 3% plus GDP growth, and he had 20 million people living in extreme poverty in America through his entire presidency. Hardly a record to be proud of.
No, and this is what the left gets wrong so much about Barack Obama and the Trump election. There was anger in the community, but it wasn't racial anger, as they'd have you think. It was economic anger. The Obama years left America economically moribund. It had the highest number of people unemployed in US history. Income inequality actually went up. Barack Obama came again with hope and change, promising to rebuild the middle class. And in the end, this is why so much of middle America embraced Trump, because they saw that Trump, not Obama, brought their dilapidated communities back to life and gave them jobs and economic hope.
That's exactly right. And what about this? I mean, Obama appointed Hillary Clinton as head of state, and then he claimed to know nothing about her illegal use of a private email server. And this is despite evidence in an FBI report that he regularly used a pseudonym to contact her through this unsanctioned email address. So the bloke was being crafty, lied about it, and he's got away scot-free. It's extraordinary.
Well, that's right, and this is the big issue that dogged Hillary Clinton for most of the campaign, this use, possibly illegal use, of a private server to deal with official top-secret documents. And now we find out that Obama was not only involved, but he used a pseudonym. Now, can you imagine, Cory, for a second, if Donald Trump and Mike Pompeo communicated to each other in such a way, and what the CNNs of the world would say about them? If nothing else, it's a huge double standard.
It sure is. Now, I'm going to finish on this one, Gideon. Obama gave Iran more than $1.7 billion in cash and endorsement for it to continue its nuclear program, which would have theoretically paved the way for Iran to potentially develop nuclear weapons by about 2030, while he also released Iranian spies whom the US Justice Department considered as threats to national security. That legacy is an appalling one and imperils the globe, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, let's not forget that the Iranian regime is so toxic and dangerous. It's actually effectively united the Arab world and Israel, which I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. But speaking of Israel, at the same time, John Kerry and Barack Obama were delivering literally pallets of cash to the Ayatollahs. They were trashing the relationship with the strongest ally of America in the Middle East, and that is Israel. In fact, in 2015, Obama's State Department funded the opposition in the Israeli election. It didn't work, by the way. Now, you never hear about that again from all the people who. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, mate. I got to cut it because it's appalling. And